Welcome back to the Deep Dive. You ready to dive in?
Always.
All right, let's do this. Today we're looking at some potential future history.
Oh,
The 2024 U.S. presidential election.
interesting.
Our source. A YouTube video from Sky News Australia
Okay.
reporting on, well, they're predicting Donald Trump's victory.
Wow.
That's right. Picture this. A former U.S. president loses an election, sits out a term, and then comes back to reclaim the White House.
Yeah.
That's what we're exploring today. Not just about the election results, though. We're going to look at the whole political landscape, the power of a dedicated voter base,
right.
and how the media plays into all of this.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So Sky News Australia, they're projecting Donald Trump as the winner of
Okay.
the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Can you imagine that electoral map?
Oh, yeah.
States flipping red as the votes come in. It's like
Yeah.
they're saying Pennsylvania
A crucial battleground state.
goes to Trump. And not by a small margin either.
No.
Over 200,000 votes.
Yep.
They're projecting. Now, this is huge historically.
I can imagine.
If this actually happens,
Yeah.
Trump would be the first U.S. president to lose, sit out, and then win again.
It's been a while, hasn't
The
it?
last time. Grover Cleveland.
Oh, right.
Back in 1892. Can you believe that?
That's wild.
So, how could this happen? Well, the video highlights Trump's dedicated base. These voters, they've stuck with him through thick and thin,
Yeah.
even with all the criticism,
Yeah.
being labeled, all sorts of things by opponents. What do you think? What does this level of support say about the American political landscape?
Well, I think it definitely points to an increase in polarization,
Yeah.
these really entrenched political divisions.
Right, and the media,
Yes.
they play a role too. The video argues that the media and the left, they've demonized Trump and his supporters for years.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's important to be critical of that claim, right?
And of course.
How much influence does the media actually have on voter behavior? It's a complex issue. There are other factors at play, too.
Yeah.
Economic anxieties, maybe.
Social changes, dissatisfaction with how things are.
That could all contribute to Trump's support.
Exactly.
Not just the media.
Right.
But the source does mention something interesting. They
Oh.
say all these constant attacks on Trump and his supporters might have lost their effectiveness.
Really?
People are tuning them out.
Interesting.
So does this suggest a growing distrust of these traditional media sources?
It's possible people are getting their news from all sorts of places now.
Alternative sources.
Yeah.
But that could lead to echo chambers
Exactly.
and even more polarization. So let's play this out.
Okay.
Trump wins a second term, but not consecutively. What happens to the U.S. on the world stage?
That's the big question. What if we see America First policies again? Could strain relationships with allies,
Yeah.
reshape global dynamics.
It's a whole different world.
It really is.
It's fascinating to think about how other countries would react.
Especially those who've been critical. Exactly. It's like a political thriller.
Yeah.
This whole hypothetical scenario makes you think about a dedicated base, the media's influence, the potential for polarization.
And how it all shapes the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But remember, this is just one possible outcome.
Right.
The future isn't set in stone. We have the power to shape it,
We do.
the voters. Here's something to think about. What if this alternate reality happens? Would we see a more divided America? Or maybe some unexpected unity? It's a question worth considering
Definitely.
as we navigate this complex American political landscape. Stay curious out there. Stay engaged.
Yeah.
And most importantly, make your voice heard.